Welcome to Fun Tower Kitchen. Here's your host, Rockin' Sedaille.
Thank you, Dave. That was Dave the Don O'Neill from a little town in Ireland called Gallbladder. And Dave is part of the Fun Tower Radio family. He makes requests on our shows, and he's also a great tech guy. He's helped me out with issues. He's helped Michelle P. Russo out with her computer, and Jack Gerling over in New Zealand. In fact, he even sent some equipment over to Jack so that he could get his studio set up. Thank you, Dave. And today I thought we would make some fire-grilled shrimp on the grill, my brand new Weber grill, which is out there heating up right now. So we've moved Big Red out to pasture, 25 years old, and let me tell you something, this grill really served me well for that whole time. I would literally cook in blizzards with that grill. Really nice, hooked up to the natural gas. A very good investment. What I believe was a $450 payment that I made on that. Here it is, folks, the newest addition to the Fun Tower Kitchen cooking family, the Weber GS4 High Performance Grill. Is that a sexy grill or what? Doing a heat test right now. We've got it maxed out and we're up to about 550 degrees. There's the stainless steel grill. This even has a light if you're out cooking at night. Isn't that fantastic? Got some nice fresh shrimp here that I've deveined and taken the shell off. However, I did leave the tail on the shrimp. We've got an array of seasonings here. We're going to use some onion powder, some granulated garlic, some oregano, some basil. Fire it up with a little bit of heat there with some cayenne pepper. And my favorite, yes, gotta have that smoked paprika. That's gonna add a nice color and a nice flavor to the shrimp. Salt and pepper. And we're also gonna have spinach fettuccine Alfredo as a side to this shrimp. So I've got my fettuccine noodles there, some Parmesan cheese. I'm going to throw some provolone in there too. And we've got baby spinach this time. I don't know about you folks, but during these times of uncertainty with the coronavirus, the grocery stores are crazy. It's hard to find certain things, so you got to settle. And baby spinach isn't bad. I prefer the full-grown spinach, but baby spinach will be just fine. Got my pre-made garlic. Need some butter as well. Now, as you know, I'm a huge fan of smoked paprika, so we're going to add a lot of that. I'm going to say a couple of heaping tablespoons of smoked paprika. Maybe a tablespoon of garlic, granulated garlic. About a tablespoon of onion powder. Some oregano, some basil, maybe a teaspoon or two of each. And then we're going to heat it up a little bit. We'll use about half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And we're also going to put some olive oil in here, but before we do that, we want to toss this up because we want the ingredients to soak into the shrimp. I'm also going to add a little bit of salt at this point. So we'll just get in there with our hands. And we'll drizzle some olive oil in here generously over our shrimp. Get that tossed in there really nice. Now we're going to put these on skewers. I have some metal skewers that I'm going to use. If you use wooden skewers, it's always a good idea to soak those in water for a while before you put the shrimp on them so that your shrimp doesn't stick to the skewers. All right, that looks good. Okay, I've got my metal skewers and we're just going to start feeding the shrimp through just like that. I mentioned that our grill is out there preheating. We want the grill to get up to about 500 degrees because we're going to sear these really quick, a couple minutes on each side. We'll cook these last when the rest of the meal starts to come together because we don't want these sitting around too long. Let's see if we can fit one more on here. Go with lucky 7. We'll go with 7 shrimps on each skewer. There we go. Call it Rockin' Ron's Lucky 7 fire grilled shrimp. How's that? That look nice? We're just gonna let these sit on the side, and we gotta get started with our fettuccine. Okay, we need to get 2 pans going over here. One for our spinach. One for our fettuccine. Okay, for the spinach, get some of our pre-made garlic in there. And for our fettuccine, some pre-made garlic. And we're gonna put some butter in this one. Oh, I'm gonna go with almost a half a stick of butter. How's that? Now our spinach is going to be done before the fettuccine. So once the spinach is done, we'll get our water going over here for the fettuccine noodles. Let's get this. See all that garlic? That is going to be really good in the fettuccine. Look at that. I don't know about you, but I love garlic. I think you know that. So, starting to brown. So we're going to take our spinach, which has some water in it. That will stop that garlic from browning anymore. Put that in there. Cook that down. A little bit of salt in there. I'm going to put some half and half in here. That's the way Sebi does it. He loves hood. That's the best kind, he said. But as you know, with the coronavirus pandemic going on, people are hoarding everything, including half and half. So I've got some whole milk here. This will be fine. We'll cook this down because when we add our cheese, it'll thicken up. I'd say we got maybe 2.5, 3 cups there. So we're going to bring this back up to a slow boil. This would be a good time to get our spinach into a bowl. Put that back there. Now that frees up this burner so that we can get our water going for our fettuccine. Some hot water. Put a little bit of salt in that water too. Okay, our half and half in milk is starting to boil. We want that to cook down a little bit. And it smells really good at this point. Put some nice black pepper in there. I'm just going to put a little bit of salt in there, not too much, because we have Parmesan cheese going in there. Our pasta water is boiling. For this fettuccine, we need about 5 minutes in the water. 1, 2. It is 7:06 right now. So that'll be coming out at 7:11. All right, I'm going to back off on this heat a little bit on our Alfredo. So once we put the pasta in here, the starch from the pasta, and then we're going to put the cheese in, it's going to thicken really nicely. We're going to also throw that spinach in with it. Check out this grill with the illuminated dials. And it's even got a light, an LED light up there. Okay, let's go get our shrimp. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do before we put the shrimp on is I've got a paper towel with some oil on it. I'm just going to spread some oil on our grate, on our stainless steel grate. We don't want to start a fire, of course. Now we're going to take our shrimp. We're just going to lay the shrimp right on the grill. And then we're going to close the lid for 2 minutes. Okay, the fettuccine's done. Put it in our fettuccine. Then we're going to put some spinach in there. Mix that up a little bit. And let's just let that cook for a couple minutes. I'm going to go back out to the grill and turn the shrimp over. Okay, we're back out at the grill. And we are going to flip in about a minute or so on this side, then we'll pull it in. Okay, now it's time to put some cheese in our fettuccine. I'm going to put some nice Parmesan cheese in there. And we're going to throw some provolone in there as well for good measure, because I've got a lot of provolone cheese in the refrigerator. You see that thickening up? Look at that. That is beautiful. All right, we're going to let that cook away just a little bit on low, and I'm going to go grab the shrimp off of the Barbie. Lucky 7 fire grilled shrimp with spinach fettuccine Alfredo. So before we dig in, I went to Restaurant Depot with Sebi and Morgan Cunningham. We had a great time there. Sebi's a lot of fun. You know, he's very relaxed now in his retirement. So I want to shout out Morgan's mom, Angela, who gave me these Debbie Meyer green bags. Have you seen these before?
No.
Actually, what they are is they have a greenish tint to them, and when you put your vegetables in there in the refrigerator, they're supposed to last a very long time. And see that? She even autographed it. Ron, what does it say? Oh, try these. Angie. Thank you, Angela. I have a bottle of Candoni Pinot Grigio from Italy. I like that noise.
Nice. Nice sound effect.
Mm-hmm. Good. I got the big bottle this time. All right. Let's try the fire grilled. This is Lucky 7 fire grilled shrimp. You know why?
There's 7 on the plate.
There's 7 on the plate. All right. Try a shrimp. What do you think?
That's very good.
You know what these taste like? These taste like the shrimp that they have at Dakota's.
I think even better.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Did you hear that? Now let's try this is spinach fettuccine Alfredo. I put provolone cheese in it too. I knew it. I knew it was going to taste good. It smelled so good over there. What do you think?
Yeah, that's great.
Lucky 7 fire grilled shrimp. I love that name. Fire grilled. And spinach fettuccine Alfredo with lots of garlic, lots of cream, lots of butter. And it's really good. And I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll catch you next time. See ya.